As this crowd rolled into U.S. Bank Stadium, they were bundled up, jackets and scarves, downright cold outside on this November evening. But all good here inside as we welcome you to Minneapolis, Minnesota. Tonight it's the final morsel in our Thanksgiving feast, and we've got a good one in store. Between the New Orleans, the old turducken aside, and get ready for football as here we go on a Thanksgiving night. Here comes Jalen Waddle from his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards on the gain. A great start for this offense.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. McCaffrey on the counter. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That one on the guard, Cesar Ruiz. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a 1st down if not for that penalty moments ago.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game. That was a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Throwing, Mariota. Buying time to his left. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
How many times do we hear that 3rd down may be the most important down in football, and there's no better example than what we just saw right there. Forced to scramble, knows where the 1st down marker is, dives for it, and gets it. What a big-time play, putting his body on the line to pick up a key 1st down.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. DJ Wonnum got off his spot quickly and got to the quarterback. Well, these sacks are really piling up. Last week, it was a half-dozen sacks. And here's one on the opening drive.
And it has the potential to be what we call a gap, a game-altering play. Because, let's face it, you just mentioned 6 sacks last week. Now, if you're an offense and you saw that on tape, you got to think to yourself, maybe I bring people in, keep them in, and try and protect my quarterback. It didn't work on that play.
Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
A great pickup there, 35 yards, and obviously the 1st down to go along with it. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does because your thought process...
Handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. A nice gain there to his trusty tight end, and now it's got them thinking opening drive touchdown here as they get into the red zone.
And in most cases with your tight end, you feel like you've got a mismatch no matter who's covering him. Is it a small cornerback? Is it a linebacker who may not run as well? In any event, whatever you...
And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Saint touchdown. Christian McCaffrey His third rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Lutz good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Those are the types of run, Charles, that they say this first-year running back can provide a lot more of in the future.
He made it look easy, didn't he? Picking up that first down. Some have described him as a diamond in the rough. With a lot of polish, nice little buffing. This guy could be one of the top backs going forward.
Yeah, he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. 3rd down, Dalvin Cook. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards there, first down Vikings.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
So in Saints territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And he coughed it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. A disappointing end of the sequence there. He was starting to turn nothing into something, and then he lost the football.
And sometimes things get lost in the transition. And what I mean by that is you go from being a passer to a runner. And at a certain point, once you cross the line of scrimmage, you're strictly a runner now. There's no more downfield threat. Make sure you take care of the football while you're traversing downfield.
This will be caught. It's Waddle. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. First down, Mariota. Another catch there for Waddle. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that will bring up 2nd down. This defense for the Vikings, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. Step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. Try and pick it up in McCaffrey. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll make it 4th down after the loss of 1.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping it for a loss.
The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. 10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you've got that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. Kowalski. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Javon Hargrave busting through to get him for a loss of 6. The rookie QB struggling, gets thrown down to the ground there. But, you know, maybe this game, it's not over yet, but maybe this game can be a learning experience for him.
So many different things that he has to pick up on. When to go ahead and flush from the pocket and run. When to get rid of the football, not take the sack. When to just go ahead and go down early and make sure you don't fumble the football. So many things that he has to learn. This game starts the process.
To throw on 2nd down. Kowalski.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Operating from the gun, Kowalski.
And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson.
Touchdown, Vikings!
Justin Jefferson.
His 9th touchdown of the season.
And the Vikings have got it back to within a score.
The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
Waddle will return this from the end zone. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend, but you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Mariota on 3rd and 2.
He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
48 yards on the ground for him so far.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Mariota. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40.
Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down, make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
On 3rd down, Mariota. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 21. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They'll get that out wide to Ronald.
So he stopped for no gain, and it'll be 2nd down.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Back to the ground attack here is McCaffrey. So they need 6 yards here on 3rd down. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down tries so far on this drive. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. So as they take it over, we step aside. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. To throw Mariota. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Will Lutz now to try the New Orleans field goal. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. The kick by Lutz is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number two, win your division. Number three, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number one seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
Looking to throw on second down. Kowalski. And he's got this to Jefferson.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Open here, Adam Thielen.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
15 more yards. That's another Vikings first down.
Throwing on first down. Kowalski looking here for Smith downfield. And he's got it inside the 10. Touchdown. Irv Smith Jr., 47 yards.
And the Vikings are an extra point away from moving out in front in the final minute of the half.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that will give him the lead here as we get on towards halftime. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
Waddle going to bring this out of the end zone now. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
The return. The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lock.
Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. First down, here's the run with Cook.
Oh, fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line.
And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. A final shot before break. Kowalski looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
On that snap, he's the hero of his defense up to the play he just made. A one-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here on the Thanksgiving night. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Their own 21-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, in the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Off play action. Kowalski rolling to his right.
He's going to find Jefferson open downfield.
And shifts pass. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Vikings.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
And 3 touchdown passes. You're right, he looks comfortable. Were they doing anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
Waddle will return this from the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Up the gut, McCaffrey.
And taken down just shy of the 40.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing is Mariota. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 42. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
And some space here. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
92 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
First down, Saints.
Back to the ground on 1st, it's McCaffrey. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
On 2nd down,
McKinnon the football. Keep driving, keep grinding.
Yeah, even down in the red zone, keep going for it.
No doubt about it. Dance with what brung you.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
Sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half. You're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
Yeah, not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
Can this Vikings D hold up one more time? 3rd and goal. McCaffrey is in. Touchdown, New Orleans. So the first drive ended in 3. This time they take it down and punch it in the end zone.
So that first drive felt like they were just gathering knowledge, didn't it? Just enough to kick the field goal on the first one. And the second time they put it all together and got it all the way to the end zone.
McCaffrey, he'll try to run it in. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
On 3rd down, Kowalski. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A nice throw there for the first down. And this is a big moment for this young man under center. You know, he's had a few months now to get acclimated to life in the NFL, but you got to think, a little extra pressure here, right, CD? I mean, you're getting the start on Thanksgiving in front of the national audience.
Especially since you and I both know he's watched this game since he was, 4, 5, 6 years old and dreamed of playing in it. In fact, his family sent us some of those videos of he and his family in the backyard playing their Turkey Bowl games themselves. So now he's gone from the backyard to the big stage, and here he is.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. A handoff as they run the counter play. A good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. They run the counter with Cook. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Cook again. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29. We are headed to the 4th here on Thanksgiving night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down tonight, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun, Kowalski. And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be. And now it's 4th down. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This should put him a touchdown and a 2-point conversion up. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that'll push the lead up to 8. Now, from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do and kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And remember, despite giving up the field goal, this is still a 1-score game. They're in need of the touchdown and a 2-point conversion. A field goal on this drive likely doesn't do them much good. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down. This is McCaffrey on the give. And he takes us up right near the 45-yard line. DJ Reader there on the tackle.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the 2nd half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Now Mariota. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Give him 30 yards there.
That's a real nice job right there, working in the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Second down and right back to McCaffrey.
And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. First time they've looked his way in this game.
Here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
Here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints.
Jalen Waddle
from 4 yards out. And the Saints have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the fourth. Mariota will look to throw. It's complete. And he will get into the end zone for 2. And this game now tied here in the fourth. Boy, hard to ask for a better game thus far. 27 apiece is our score as the kick's away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, they no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the fourth quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. And they'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
3 yards remain for second down. Back to throw. Kowalski. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun, Kowalski. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And here's Ryan Wright now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. A chance for Waddle on the return. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the fourth quarter. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough and run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Mariota looking left side. That's caught by Landry. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. To throw is Mariota. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40.
complete to
And they've used him in the passing game to great effect so far. And here they get it to him again on the screen, and it turns into a nice positive play.
So third down, but you got to think they'd like to get closer, even in a dome with good kicking conditions for a possible field goal. Now Mariota. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 29-yard line. It's an 11-yard pickup. Thought they'd run it on 3rd and 1. Not the case.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end. Let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Here's McCaffrey. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. 2nd down. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Out of the pistol, McCaffrey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Mariota. It's Waddle complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 13-yard line. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. McCaffrey, and they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. A little unconventional, but another kneel down here as they work towards a field goal try. Two running plays, each lose a yard. They'll need to do much better now on 3rd and 12. Here's another kneel down as he'll try to set up the game winner. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to almost certainly win the football game.